The year is 2029, Wolverine is dying, and for the first time in superhero cinema, we actually believe it. While the MCU spent billions making death feel temporary, Logan did something no comic book movie dared to do before. It made us watch our hero bleed out in the dirt, holding his daughter's hand, whispering, "So this is what it feels like." No resurrection, no multiverse escape hatch, just death. And that's exactly why this movie towers over almost everything Marvel Studios has ever made. Look, I love the MCU. Endgame made me cry. Infinity War left me speechless. But here's the uncomfortable truth most fans won't admit. 90% of MCU movies follow the exact same formula. Hero faces villain. Quips diffuse tension. CGI battle decides everything. Post-credits scene teases the next product. Rinse and repeat 29 times. Logan said no to all of that. No universe-ending threat. No glowing MacGuffin. No army of disposable CGI creatures. Just an old man trying to save a little girl while his body falls apart. That's it. And somehow, it hits harder than Thanos snapping half the universe away. Want to know why? Because Logan respects you enough to hurt you. The MCU has a death problem, and we all know it. When Loki died in the Dark World, we knew he'd be back. When Fury got shot in the Winter Soldier, we knew he had a trick up his sleeve. Even when Tony Stark snapped his fingers and died saving the universe, we got a Disney Plus show exploring the multiverse 6 months later. Death became a plot device, not a consequence. But in Logan, when Professor X dies in that farmhouse, stabbed by his own clone while trying to thank the family that showed him kindness, you feel it in your chest. There's no magic spell to bring him back, no Infinity Stone to reverse time. The greatest telepath in history dies confused, scared, and broken in the stranger's arms. And Logan has to bury him with a shovel, alone, knowing it was partly his fault. That scene does more for superhero cinema than 10 Avengers assembling. Here's what James Mangold understood that the MCU constantly forgets. Superpowers don't make heroes interesting. Vulnerability does. Consequences do. Watching someone with godlike abilities face a problem they can't punch their way out of, that's compelling. Logan can't heal anymore. His claws get stuck halfway out of his hands. He limps. He coughs blood. He needs reading glasses to drive an Uber. The man who once survived a nuclear bomb now struggles to climb a fence. And watching him push through that pain to protect Laura isn't just heroic, it's human. Compare that to Thor in Love and Thunder, turning genocide into a punchline. Or She-Hulk twerking while lecturing the audience about controlling anger. The MCU got so confident in its formula that it forgot why we fell in love with these characters in the first place. We saw ourselves in them. Logan never forgot that. Every frame of this movie bleeds desperation. The color palette is washed out, dusty and exhausted, just like Logan himself. There's no Wakanda sheen, no Asgardian gold, just the American Southwest, brutal and unforgiving, reflecting the moral wasteland these characters inhabit. Even the violence serves the story. When Logan finally unleashes in that hotel room, it's not a crowd-pleasing action beat. It's horrifying. Blood splatters on Laura's face. She watches her father figure become the animal he's spent centuries trying to suppress. The MCU would have cut away. Logan shoves it in your face and asks, "Is this what you wanted?" And let's talk about Laura for a second. X-23, a child soldier who doesn't speak for half the movie, but communicates everything through her eyes. The MCU has child characters. Logan has a child who decapitates armed men without hesitation, then cries over her father's body, holding his hand the way he once held hers. She's not cute, she's traumatized. And her relationship with Logan isn't about mentor and student, it's about two weapons learning how to be human before it's too late. That's the depth the MCU rarely reaches. Now, I'm not saying every superhero movie needs to be Logan. Not everything should be rated R and depressing. The MCU's optimism has value. Its interconnected universe is an unprecedented achievement. Guardians of the Galaxy made us love a talking raccoon. Spider-Man No Way Home gave us a love letter to 20 years of web slingers. But somewhere along the way, Marvel Studios started playing it safe. They began making movies for everyone, which often means making movies for no one. Every film needs to set up the next. Every joke needs to land with test audiences. Every ending needs to feel triumphant, even when it shouldn't. Logan had the courage to be definitive, to say, "This is the end," and endings hurt. When Logan dies under that fallen tree, impaled by his own clone, with Laura calling him daddy for the first time, It's not just the end of a movie, it's the death of an era, the last of the old guard, dying so the new generation can live free. His final word isn't a quip, it's not a rallying cry, it's just, "So this is what it feels like." A man who's been alive for nearly 200 years, finally experiencing peace. The MCU hasn't earned a moment that powerful since Tony Stark's funeral, and even that was undercut by immediately announcing 12 new projects. Logan stands alone because it had the guts to actually end. No post-credits scene teasing Logan's return, no multiverse resurrection, just Laura turning that cross into an X and walking away with her found family. The Wolverine is dead. Long live the Wolverine. That's what great superhero storytelling looks like. So yes, Logan is better than 90% of the MCU, not because it's darker, not because it's rated R, but because it remembered something Marvel Studios forgot. Superheroes are only as interesting as their humanity. And sometimes, the most heroic thing a character can do is accept that their story is over. The MCU will give us 100 more movies, but Logan gave us something rarer, a perfect ending. And you can't franchise that.